Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of the Mindplex podcast. We are here in Singapore at SuperAI, and today we are talking to Yee Yun Lim, CEO of iSolutions, a retail-focused AI solution startup whose mission is to unlock the power of AI for retailers. Welcome to the show, Ian.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah. I understand that you initially focused on using computer vision to resolve pain points in the retail sector. And now you focus on these biometric retail payments. Tell us about, and this Face to Pay is the name of the service. So tell us
Yep,
about Face to Pay.
sure. So imagine you walk to a Starbucks today. What you usually do is you go to the cashier, and cashier will greet you, be like, "Hey, Lisa, welcome back." If the cashier remember your names and be like, "What do you want to have today?" So the usual journey is that you will tell the cashier you want to have a coffee of certain size, of certain milk, certain preference, and then the cashier is also trained to upsell to you. "Hey, Lisa, do you want to have a piece of cookies? $1 for upsize," and all this journey as well. And right after that, the cashier is also then being trained to ask you, "How do you want to pay, Lisa?" And Lisa will be like, "I want to pay with my MasterCard," right? So then the cashier will take out a different terminal for the MasterCard because different payments actually have different rate offered to the retailer. So they usually have different terminals to do that as well. Then it's not done. The cashier will then ask you, "Lisa, do you have a Starbucks apps, or can I get a phone number, register one for you?" Because to the Starbucks people, they want to have your data so they can know you better and serve you better. But imagine this entire journey. During peak hours, people standing behind you waiting for you to get your order done. That could be very painful to the cashiers because either they don't deliver that to you and they are being, not doing the job and being checked out by the boss, or they deliver that to you, but it's a very time pressure journey itself, right? So how we use Face to Pay to address this entire journey is that now Lisa walks to a Starbucks with Face to Pay. So Lisa put a face in front of the iPad, and they'll be like, the AI agent will greet you. "Hey, Lisa, welcome back. This is your usual order." Boom, it's there for you already. And Lisa will be like, "Oh, great. I don't want to be upsell for anything. I just want to go ahead with my usual order." So we know that Lisa is actually a bit more conservative, or is loyal to a certain product. So we have a bit of data to understand what Lisa likes as well, right? Then when Lisa put a face to pay, we know that, oh, Lisa actually has a MasterCard and a Visa card, but MasterCard is doing promotion for Starbucks, so Lisa, do you want to use MasterCard instead? So we also use the AI agent to help you to figure out which is the best payment method for you, as long as you link your face to multiple behind. So then, when you're about to pay as well, the AI agent will also ask you, "Hey, Lisa, you are just 1 cup away from a free cookies. Do you want to redeem it right now by adding one more cup?" So all of these entire journeys is automated by AI, and because biometrics payment, from ordering to pay to loyalty, it knows who you are, it knows the entire journey. That's why it can offer a better personalization for you as well. So imagine in the e-commerce journey itself, you have an account, so they know what you like, they know how to sell to you, they know what kind of vouchers to give it to you, and most of the times the conversion rate is a lot higher than 50%. So in offline world, for us to actually understand who you are, that's why we use Face.
Okay, interesting. And what technologies are you using primarily, like on the
Yeah.
back end?
Sure. So there's a different stack here. To understand your face, we actually have a few models there. So many people will then ask like, what's the accuracy like? What about twins, and how can I make sure that, if I do a bit of things on my face, can I still get it through? So that is actually our proprietary facial recognition model that is recognized by our bank. So it's approved 99.8% accuracy. And from that, so we are very confident that, we can make sure who you are. But if in the case that, for instance, even for human, sometimes I can't differentiate whether there's the twin sister, which one is which. So that will happen to AI as well, which is very common. So just imagine what AI can do versus what human can do are more or less about the same. So if human can't differentiate that, AI sometimes might not be able to differentiate, but we have a protocol. So if the AI thinks that, I'm not sure whether this is Lisa or Lisa's sisters, then it will ask you for some questions, just a very basic one, for the the two factors authentications. So in that way, we also help to address the concern of twins and how do we use it. Now, other than the facial recognition models, we also have the liveness to make sure you are a real person, and we also have the face analysis to understand your attributes as well. Does it change over time? How does the emotions, like during the journey? Do you react more to a certain product or react less to a certain product? So this is all the models we use from the biometrics. Now, when it comes to payment, because many people are a bit concerned, I'm giving you biometrics data that's very sensitive, and I'm also giving you financial data as well, right? Both are the most sensitive data on this earth. But how we address that is, so number one is our security is actually audited by Google, and we are using a live security command center. We also use blockchain to make sure that all of the activities in that environment is actually traceable and immutable. So what it means is that if someone's tried to access the database today, there will be a timestamp recorded, and across all the different block itself, it can actually tell the story of what happened. At the same time, the real-time monitoring will inform of is if someone tried to get the keys to unlock and access the database, we will be informed immediately. Now, in the database, most of the data, all of data are actually encrypted. Encrypted and strings, we don't store any of your pictures, no images. It's all numbers only. So it's encrypted with key and with blockchain. It's a 3-layer of security there.
Nice. Yeah, because I was going to ask you how you're storing all this very sensitive data.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty good answer. Thank you. What I'm curious about for the facial recognition technology, we've had a lot of problems here in the States with facial recognition technology just not working for people of color.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was trying to update a California ID. She was trying to apply for a grant, and they wouldn't accept it because it wouldn't take her license. How do you deal with those kinds of issues? Because I imagine you've got pictures from all over the world, and
Yes.
how do you make sure that it's accurate representation, that it works?
That is a very good question, because that really depends on where the model is trained, what kind of data you have in the first place, right? So I think since we go in Malaysia, we started in Malaysia, and Malaysia is actually a country with very, very diverse culture and also ethnicity as well. So we have people of different colors, and that actually allows us to train better. At the same time, we work with partners from different parts of the world to make sure that we cover enough demographics for it. So I think it's very important during the training process there's no bias itself, because that has to be starting from there. So that also depends on the access to data and who are the people who actually participate in that training in the first place. So, but I think what happens maybe in different parts of the world is the availability of data is different, and hence it might not be able to address certain face attributes, and that could be an issue. So that's number one. And also on the hardware, what we have used is also that is 3D functions, whereby we can actually see the depth of the person rather than just from the images itself. So that can actually help to address the issue that you mentioned also.
Oh, very interesting. So it's likely that it's a poorly trained model that wasn't trained on enough of the pictures of people of color to be able to recognize it, or a bad model altogether.
And yeah, so one factor is that, and the other factor could be the hardware itself, because sometimes it requires a certain lighting to be able to identify the person. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you. So before we go, I just have to ask you about the project that you mentioned in your LinkedIn page about using computer vision to resolve pain points in the
Yeah.
retail sector. That sounds fascinating. Tell us more about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so you remember the use case I mentioned just now? A cashier today, they are not being paid very highly, yet they are being tasked to do so many different things, right? From taking your orders, taking the deliveries, try to upsell to you, loyalty points, and all these things. The more technologies being introduced to the retail sectors, sometimes it also means the more things that the cashier has to do as well. So then it becomes sort of like making the job a lot more harder, and they have to constantly pick up new things. And in this part of the world, Southeast Asia, if you go to a lot of different counters to place an order, you will see tons of QR codes over there. You will see a lot of posters as well. So that's what they are being trained to manage it every day. And they are being trained to remember all the different promotions going on, different things going on as well, to make sure deliver that to the client so their bosses can get the data and get the better sales as well. So to me, I worked as a cashier before, and I felt like, what you are getting paid for versus the job you are doing on every day is really not that balanced. So what I'm trying to solve here is, we want to address the burden of serving the customer. At the same time, we want to make sure customer is being served with high quality, consistent quality as well. So we are not here to replace cashier, because cashier still need to do a lot of jobs when it comes to making coffees, taking a kitchen management, order delivery, etc. But we can take away the portion of loyalty points, upselling, the order taking as well for them through the AI agents. So I see as a very harmony combinations of having our solution and still having the human components, human touch there. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, great. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. Look
Yeah.
forward to watching this roll out, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the future. Thanks a lot for
Thanks
coming on
so
the
much,
show.
Lisa.
All right. Bye
Thank you.
bye. Sweet dreams,
Bye.
everybody.